This is the Stardew Valley fan theory Iceberg. Now, I created it back in sometime like start of 2021 or something, but yeah, I'm now finally getting around to it. But as you can see here, there's a billion entries. So we're gonna get started with the first entry, which is Abigail is the wizard's daughter. Did I say wizards properly? I think I said wizards. This entry refers to the theory that is Abigail is the wizard's daughter, and basically in Stardew Valley there is a general, I was gonna say mart, there's a general store you can buy shit from, and there's a guy called Pierre who runs it, and then there's his wife Caroline, and now they both, Pierre and Caroline, have a daughter called Abigail, who's this purple-haired lady. Purple. I like purple. I like purple-haired lady. Now, the thing with this theory is that it states that no, Abigail is not Caroline Pierre daughter, she's actually the wizard's daughter. Now the wizard is a wizard he is like kind of off away from town because I don't know, the townsfolk don't like him or something, but yeah, the theory goes is that he had an affair with Caroline, and then yeah, Abigail's the wizard's daughter, not Pierre's, which this is actually basically proven. I'll just put the screenshots up on screen now. There's a bunch of shit in the game that, you know, Concerned Ape himself wrote that proves this theory, basically. So yeah, it's basically proven. Kent has PTSD. Okay, so yeah, basically there's this guy called Kent that comes back in the second year. Yeah, he comes to Pelican Town in the second year. I think in summer of the second year. But yeah, he comes back in summer of the second year, and well, what he came back from was a war. I know there's a war going on in this farming game. But yeah, he comes back from the war, and yeah, long story short, he has PTSD. And again, this is confirmed by some dialogues and a cutscene where he goes off at his wife because he literally has like a PTSD episode attack, whatever you fucking call it, and then he apologizes after. But yeah, it's kind of fucked. Yoba is God. Okay, this isn't a theory, this is actually a fact, but you need to know it for some of the later entries. So Yoba is God refers to Yoba, which is the god in Stardew Valley, because they have their religion, and Yoba is just like the god of their religion, and it appears a lot throughout the game. Like, it's not really important, but like there's little bits and bobs in the this is the Yoba logo thing, and it appears all the time. And yeah, there's actually a church in Pierre's general store that villagers go to on like Sunday or something like that. Yeah, Yoba is God. Jojda Corp BAD. This refers to the common theory that Jojda Corporation, the one that owns Joja and other things in the game, is bad. Big corporation is bad, what? And yeah, this is like, this is what you're supposed to think of them as bad, because the game portrays them as bad and is polluting the environment, and is like, yeah, like the game portrays them as bad the entire game, and yeah, this is the common theory that Jojda Corp is bad. And it's here because it's common, and because yeah, there's actually other theories to do with it later in the Iceberg. Pierre is as bad as Jojda Corp. Okay, now, here we go. So, remember Pierre, he owns the general store, and now remember Jojda Corporation, that's the big corporation that owns Joja Mart, which is the direct competitor to Pierre. Now the game portrays it as Pierre's the local guy, and the big corporation's driving out of business, and he's like, they're bad, don't go to Joja Mart. However, when you look a bit deeper, you realize Pierre's an arsehole. He scams his customers, and he is the same as Joja Mart. Basically, he only runs a store for profit, not out of love, only for profit. He scams his customers, he's a scumbag, and as said before, actually no, I didn't say this before, but as I was about to say, there's dialogue in the game that indicates that if he was in the position to own Joja Mart, he would do the exact same thing that Joja Mart does, like try and stamp out competitors. Also, doesn't matter how long you play the game, he never runs out of business and everything, and I've made way more detailed description of this in the dark side of Stardew Valley like years ago, so I don't remember it all, but yeah, basically Pierre as bad as Jojda Corp, possibly true, but like even if he isn't as bad, he's still pretty fucking bad. He's a scumbag. Lewis doesn't love Marnie. Okay, Lewis is the town's mayor, and Marnie owns what's it called? I was gonna say fodder. It kind of is the store you buy animals from. Now, there's a not so secret affair going on between them, which is, yeah, again, heavily hinted at in the game. Like, you can find Lewis's underwear in Marnie's room, and there's cutscenes about this shit and about them. There's a secret note where they're hiding in a bush, and there's a bunch of shit. Basically, they're having an affair. under the noses of everyone. However, it's weird because Lewis and Marnie don't have significant others, so it's not really an affair, and I don't know why he's keeping it secret, like why Lewis is keeping it secret. It makes no sense, which leads people to the conclusion that Lewis doesn't love Marnie. He's just hidden it and quitting it. Jodi regrets her life. Hold on, I need to turn this light down. This is like killing me. Hopefully that balances out. Hopefully that's about the same. But yeah, Jodi regrets her life. So basically this theory just states that Jodi hates her life. Now who's Jodi? She's the, I almost said husband. She's the wife of Kent. Remember the guy who had PTSD? Now, basically this is again one of the things that's in the game that's basically confirmed through dialogue and cutscenes in the game, which I'll put them up on screen. But yeah, basically Jodi just got married too early in her life, and it's really a cautionary tale against getting married too early in life and rushing into important things as a young person. It's a cautionary tale against that. The adventuring group theory. Okay. Here's where we get into some fun little things. Basically, remember the wizard? I mentioned him before. You know him already. He's a wizard. But there's also two other people to this theory, which is Linus and Jasper. Now, Linus is in the game. He is a homeless man in the game that is homeless by choice, and like the wizard, is separated from the town and is also friends with the wizard, but like people don't like him in the town. Blah blah blah. I'll explain that later. Oh, that's right. And the third person is Jasper in this theory. That's right. I'm not going to explain who Jasper is because I do it pretty soon in other entries, because Jasper could be a variety of people. Basically, the theory goes that the wizard, Linus, and Jasper used to go exploring in their adventuring group in the mines and whatever, blah blah blah. They used to do all that and this and that and run errands, you could say. But then one day their fun came to an end when Jasper died on one of their missions. I know, so sad. Oh yeah, and Jasper's death explains why Linus and the wizard are not only friends, but also kind of like outcasts from the group. The town, you know, because like their friend fucking died on an expedition, and they're also kind of weird people with magical abilities. That's something else I forgot to mention, is that the wizard, okay, it's not surprised he's magical, he's called the wizard, he can speak with other entities, but Linus also kind of has this weird connection to nature that he probably shouldn't have, and again, this is because, you know, friends of the wizard doing adventuring groups and adventuring in like weird magical areas. You get the whole idea. So yeah, this theory gives an explanation for why the wizard and Linus are both friends, outcasts from the town, and also it gives further context to, if you know who Jasper is, it gives further context to that, which, yeah, we'll get to that now. It's further down the iceberg. It's in the same tier. But oh, I forgot to mention we're in tier 2 now. That entry was the first thing of tier 2. I forgot to mention that. But yeah, Jasper is Mona. Now, this is the theory that Jasper is Mona, which is my favorite theory of this. It makes the most sense. I made a whole video on this in detail if you want to watch that after. But basically, I kind of forgotten the theory. Let me watch my own video. Okay, that's right. Yeah. So in the game, there's these lost books you can find when digging up shit, and when you find them, they go back to the library and you can read them as library books. Now, 3 of these lost books are written by Jasper. One of them is A Study on Diamond Yields. Another is The Mystery of the Dwarfs, which dwarfs are another race in Stardew Valley that I'll get into. And Goblins, which are another race in Stardew Valley that I'll get into. Now, just keep that adventuring group theory in mind when you're thinking about Study on Diamond Yields, Mysteries of Dwarfs, Goblins, all written by Jasper. Just keep that in mind. Now, he wrote these books, and that's it. That's all we have in the game. Except I just lied to your face, and there's actually one more entry, which is a secret note or Ginger Island. I think it's a Ginger Island scrap diary. But yeah, there's another thing. It doesn't actually confirm anything, but it's just like another thing. And there's actually 4 instances why Jasper is in the game. Now, remember when I said he died? He or she died. They died. Remember when I said they died? Most probably. Well, in the graveyard. Yeah, there's a graveyard in this game. In the graveyard, there are, I believe, 2 interactable graves or tombs in the graveyard. There's multiple tombs, but 2 of them. Tombs? Are they called tombs? What are they called? Headstones. There's 2 interactable headstones in the graveyard. Now, one of them is a puzzle, like it's literally written in Dwarvish, and if you figure it out, you get a cool sword. The other says, to our beloved Mona. Now, starting to piece it all together. Jasper is someone who wrote a book on diamond yields, goblins, and dwarfs. So it was obvious that he's been adventuring in his lifetime. So if he's been adventuring in his lifetime, you know, he could have been in the adventurers group with the wizard and Linus. And remember I said Jasper died. Well, these books are lost. The books you find are lost. Remember, they're lost. Now, there's a dialogue from, I think it's Linus, where he says, yeah, I used to travel around and do shit a while ago. Or I think the direct quote is like a long time ago. And a long time ago, human life is probably like 20 to 30 years-ish, and that would be enough for these books that he'd written to become lost. So he was definitely an adventurer, could have been with these two. He wrote books that long enough time they got lost, and he died. And in the graveyard, there is a thing that says, to our beloved Mona. Now, what is Jasper's name? Jasper. Mona Jasper confirmed. Yeah, that's basically the theory. There's probably other bits of evidence I left out because I just kind of forgotten. It's been so long since I made this video. So I don't know why, but holy shit, I was yapping for like another solid minute on this shit. It's really not that deep, bro. I don't know why I was yapping so much, but yeah, basically that's the theory, and this video I made explains it much better than I did here. Yeah, anyway, next theory. However, it's not the only theory with Linus in particular and Jasper. With another one says Jasper is Marlon. Now, this makes sense because Marlon starts with Jasper, and, you know, the study on diamond yields, blah, blah, blah. That all makes sense because Marlon, I almost forgot his name already. Marlon is one of the people in the Adventurers Guild. Now, do you think it would be likely for an adventurer from the Adventurers Guild who has killed billions of monsters to write books on diamond yields and other creatures? Yes, it'd be pretty likely. So that's why this theory exists. They're just, no, you're looking too deep into it. No, Mona isn't Jasper. It's just Marlon all along. And you know that grave in the graveyard, Mona? Yeah, that's just a random fucking grave. You're just looking too far into it. That's basically what this theory is. However, I don't really like it because it's boring as shit, and there's more conclusive evidence in the Linus one. Linus one and the Jasper is Mona. And speaking of theories about Linus, another one is that Linus founded Jojda Corp. Yeah, okay. Now, I think there is a bit of merit to this, and it comes from the whole fact that he's an old man who has changed his ways, and I'm pretty sure there's dialogue that hints at like he used to be different back in the day, and like nowadays, now that he's an old man and he has experience with life, he now chooses to be out open in nature by his choice. You know, that's just his thing because he's changed his life. So the theory states that he used to be this money-hungry capitalist that made Jojda Corp, and then he was like, this is fucking shit at some point in his life, probably had a midlife crisis, and then he was like converted to like being a caveman, basically. Now, the other part of evidence that I left out is that it's not even really evidence because I have to explain it first. But basically, in the game files, this is Linus' sprite sheet, and there is 3 sprites that aren't in the game. Yeah, there's 3 sprites on the sprite sheet that aren't in the game, and the reason why this is like so mysterious and whatnot is because these 3 sprites look like this. Yeah, this does not look like anything like Linus. Linus is this old homeless man, and these 3 sprites show him as a young, well-groomed man in a suit. Like, that doesn't make sense. But the theory uses these out-of-context sprites that were never confirmed to be anything. It uses these as evidence that... yeah, they use this as evidence to say, like, yo, he was young and in a suit. See, he's like the owner of Jojda Corp, you know, like that. This was going to be a cutscene showing his origins, something like that, you know, something. Yeah, again, most of these theories just have like 0% evidence or like 5% evidence, which is why I don't like a lot of these. But a lot of these also have a lot of evidence and are pretty fucking cool, so yeah. Also, Linus theory number 50,000. The last Linus theory we're going to look at for a bit is Linus is Yoba. Now again, no proof, but basically the whole idea behind it is just Linus is old homeless man that is homeless by choice, and he also has a connection to nature somehow. He can feel the spirits or something, like a legit, like he's not on crack. He has like a legitimate connection to them. The game confirms this. So, mysterious old man, connection to nature, is God, That's what the theory's saying. Also, Yoba is yellow, and Linus is always wearing this yellow thing. Yeah, it's not really anything, this theory, but that's the theory. Gunther is a ghost. Okay, this is an interesting theory, and probably, I think, the best one I've seen for Gunther. I don't remember, I haven't looked at this Iceberg in ages. Remember, I made it like almost 2 years ago at this point, but yeah, it's a theory that I'm just gonna read. It's originated on Reddit. I'm just gonna read the original post so you get the full idea for it, because I do not remember it. Okay, yeah, this is how the theory goes. Not every character in Stardew Valley is able to receive gifts, become friends, or even say much of anything. For most of them, there's a reason. Morris is a soulless corporate shill you'd rather not deal with. The mining dwarf has rocks to arrange. Kill has no time for your shit. But most of them are seen in other events and holidays, are acknowledged by other characters, and seem to have other things going on in their lives. Gunther does not. He never attends a holiday, seems to never leave his library, not for food or anything else, will only speak to you about matters concerning his collection, and literally nothing else. And no one seems to notice that he exists in the first place, except you. I firmly believe that Gunther is the ghost of an archaeologist, possibly died in a glittering boulder rock slide, and the collection is the unfinished business keeping him in the mortal realm. For example, note that in this romance scene with Elliot that takes place in Gunther's very library, he is nowhere to be found. Even Clint, who is painfully shy, makes an appearance. Not to mention that Elliot never once thanks the librarian for offering the space and time for the reading. The one and only time that he is seen outside the library is to give you the rusty key. Note, however, that this is after many donations to the library. They could possibly be giving him more power, solving his unfinished business, and has managed to escape the library for a short time. There are, however, two characters that do acknowledge Gunther, Jazz and Vincent. Please note that this is not Penny, who sees him daily, Elliot that sees him at least weekly, or any other member in the town. While this may serve as an argument against Gunther's spiritual state, one might know that in media, children are often seen as more receptive to supernatural and can often see what adults cannot. I think dogs can as well, or something. In conclusion, I believe that Gunther is a ghost. He does not interact with anyone outside of a pair of children who are often portrayed as strong mediums in media, never seems to eat, and is only once seen outside of his library, and avoids gatherings inside of it. He is a spirit haunting the library who has a collection of unfinished business. Now, do I personally believe this theory? No, I don't. Do you know why? Because there's no conclusive evidence. However, it's kind of cool. They actually tried to give evidence, which is much better than fucking some of the things on here. So I'll give it that. It's a pretty cool sounding theory. It's not anything provable at all in the slightest bit, but it's pretty cool. And they actually attempted to give some evidence. So good on you for that. The Leah statue conspiracy. This is what I've been waiting for. This is one of those really fun ones that I always like, and I made an entire segment in my Forgotten Secrets video ages ago, so you can always watch that, because I'm always going to forget something from when I talk about these, because it's off the top of my head. But yes, the Leah statue conspiracy. Okay, basically, this is Leah. She's one of the redheads. You can no, she's the only redhead you can marry, I think. But she's one of the redheads in the town. She's pretty cool, and she has a statue in her room, I think. That might be a lie, but I'm pretty sure she gifts you a statue at some point. Yeah, she either gives you a statue, or it's in her room, or both, and the statue looks like this. Now, with this statue, basically, some smart fella on Reddit in 2016 was like, hey, what if we get the statue and just put it on a map of the town for some reason? And they did, and surprisingly, it actually connected a lot of secrets together. For example, in Stardew, like, there's this random secret where there's 3 boxes and different houses in the town, and you have to put random items into them, and they'll give you these secret statues. Yeah, that is on the map. Actually, I'm going to pull up the map just so I can remember everything. Okay, so I have the map up, and let me think. Okay, so yeah, it connects. Oh, that's right. Yep, okay. I can't actually explain all of this theory until the last tier. I know, this is how good the theory is. It goes really deep. However, I'll explain what I'm allowed to at this certain point. Yeah, basically, yeah, it connects some things. Like, it connects the 3 secrets I talked about before. It connects a thing behind Jojda Mart, which the box behind Jojda Mart doesn't do anything. However, if you shorten the tail slightly, it stops at the truck, which the truck, at some point in the game, you can actually get a lucky charm off of if you give it a rabbit's foot, which increases your luck permanently. So that's cool. So yeah, a box. It also connects to the Mayor Lewis's house, which is important because there is a secret behind there as well. Okay, so I'm about to go on an unintelligible, like, yapping spree. So basically, yeah, so there's 3 boxes I just talked about. There's also the Joja one, and then the top 3, there's also secrets there that I'll get to later, like in a different tier. And there's also the letterbox, which is on the map. The reason why this is on it, because it's interactable, and it's in the circle thing. However, the reason why it's interactable is because it's used in a cutscene, so it's interactable, but it's not interactable besides a cutscene, so there's no secret there. And also Harvey's clinic, because on the desk, there's a interactable notepad, which is only interactable when Harvey is behind him, and you can buy stuff from him when he's behind it. So it's no secret. So yeah, this map reveals a bunch of secrets. I'm done yapping about this, but just keep this in mind, because not only did I kind of fuck this up, and you will see in a couple minutes how I kind of fucked up this explanation and should have just condensed it instead of yapping. But also, you need to remember this for 2 more tiers. This goes really deep. As I said, the last tier even has this, but I'll just shut up now. The 4th box. Okay, yeah, this refers to, all right, yeah, another minute of yapping condensed. Basically, the 4th box is just the box that was above Joja. Now, it's referred to as the 4th box because on the tail, on the original Leah statue conspiracy picture, it leads to the 4th box. However, it's uninteractable. You can't put anything into it. You can't interact with it even. It's just a nothing, useless nothing. And the reason why is just because this was purely a mistake on the conspiracies, and the person who made the photo just needs to shorten the tail slightly, and yeah, you get the Joja truck. I already explained this. That's what the 4th box refers to. Rain sounds. That's right. Okay, when it's raining in Stardew Valley, it is fucking, like, pretty chill, except there are these weird, like, groans. Otherworldly groans is really what I can explain them as, that come from, I don't know, they come from somewhere. I don't know, they're just like random noises you hear. And I'm not actually going crazy, this is something that happens. I'll try and find the sounds so that you can hear them. You can hear what I mean. Now, I actually wrote some part of the script for this part, and I don't actually remember what I was going to say for this. So yeah, I'm just going to read whatever I wrote like 2 years ago. On days that it's, well, unsurprisingly, raining, you have a random chance to hear a mysterious spooky sound effect off in the distance, which is the ones I just showed you. Now, these spooky sound effects are a normal part of the game and like whatnot, but I have some ideas on what they are. I think that the first one is some kind of animal cry. And I think that this sound is definitely a frog. Now, I didn't know what the third one was, so like, I asked my friend, and he's like, bro, that just sounds like a whale. And everything in my head just clicked, like, yeah, you're exactly right. That makes sense. So, yeah, random animal cries. All 3 of them are random animal cries. One of them is a frog, one of them is a whale, one of them is something else. I don't even remember what I said 5 seconds ago. But yeah, random animal cries makes sense, hearing it on like a rainy day and everything. Also, frogs would be out on a rainy day, you know. Yeah, it's nothing too spooky, but this theory was kind of just explaining what these are. Also, there's even more spooky sounds in this game that I'm actually just not going to mention, because I can't be fucked, but there are, trust me, there's like an earthquake and a witch, and I'm not joking, by the way. There's a fucking witch that comes sometimes and steals your shit. No, she turns the chickens black, that's right. She doesn't turn the frogs gay, she turns the chickens black, I am not joking. Town letter boxes contain secrets, that's right, okay. Yep, why am I so fucking bad at doing this? I already explained this. Oh my god, I'm actually dumb. Yeah, so you know the Leah statue conspiracy? Yeah, you know how I said one of the things that it connects to in the in the shape is a letterbox. Well, yeah, this just explains like why is there a letterbox? Is it some kind of secret? You know, town letterbox contains secrets, and no, it's not a secret. The reason why it's interactable but you can't place anything in it is because you actually interact with it in a cutscene, and the cutscene is the one where you help George, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, I just fucking suck at doing this, I guess. But that's what I get for trying to make a video off the top of my head after I thought of it 2 years ago. That's especially a detailed one like this. Before I make the next part of this, I'm going to end this video around tier 2 and then like make more videos until like I have enough to finish the series. So yeah, next video, I'm gonna look at the script a bit and see what I wrote. Because I did script some of them and then I didn't script others, like I never finished. I wrote lots of thousands of words and never finished the video. So I'll have a look at least or read up about some of these theories so I remember before I yap, before I talk out my ass. Lewis is ruining the town. Yes, okay. You remember Lewis? He's the town mayor. Remember how I said he was in a secret relationship with Marnie, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, well, it turns out, surprise, surprise, he's an incompetent leader of the town. And this theory states that he's ruining the town, either on purpose or an accident. If it's on purpose, it's malicious. If it's on accident, it's due to pure incompetence, which I would put it up to pure incompetence because he's pretty fucking stupid, but yeah. Oh yeah, and the proof for him ruining the town is the bus. Well, it's broken down because he allowed the town drunk to drive it until she unsurprisingly crashed it. And once it gets fixed up by you, the player, with your money, the town drunk is back driving it. So yeah, he allows that to happen twice, basically. He doesn't have proper housing for all the citizens, which, yeah, Pam, the town drunk, and her daughter Penny live in a literal trailer. And remember, they're in like this town with like 2 people. There's like 2 people in this town. Like, come on, it's not that hard to house your residents if there's not many people in the town. There's also Linus, who's also homeless, which doesn't look good for Mayor Lewis. I guess Linus is a bit of an excuse because he's like, oh, I'm homeless by choice. But a literal child, not, she's an adult by now, but a literal Penny and Pam are like in a literal trailer. Like, come on, Lewis, fucking do something, you dumb cunt. There's trash everywhere, you know. This is just true. This is trash everywhere. It's not good. He uses taxpayer money to fund his private projects, such as this solid gold statue of him. I'm not joking. A solid gold statue of him you can find behind his house because it's just hiding there. And yeah, and he probably used taxpayer money to that, you know. Better cool current affair about that one. Like, and he's just like a straight up arsehole, like, you know, the whole Marnie situation that I talked about. Yeah, so allows the town drunk to drive the bus, break the bus, and then when you, the player, not the town mayor, make the bus better with your money, he lets her drive it again. So he lets the town drunk drive the bus, doesn't have proper housing for all the citizens, and there's like fucking 2 citizens in the town. Like, how hard is it to do that? There's trash everywhere. He uses taxpayer money to fund his own private projects, such as a solid gold statue of him, and he's an arsehole to people like Marnie and, you know, all that type of shit. Which leads us to the last thing of this tier, which is Year 2 ceasefire. Now, as I said before, Kent, the guy with PTSD, the reason he has PTSD is because he's in a POW camp. He came back from the war. So yeah, he comes back from the war in Year 2. And the theory states that the reason why he comes back is because there was a ceasefire in Year 2. Pretty simple. And also pretty plausible. Again, no concrete evidence, but pretty plausible. Alright, that's it for this video. I completed Tier 1 and Tier 2. Next time I'll complete, I don't know, Tier 3 or 4, something like that. You'll see it when the video comes out. And yeah, once I've completed all the episodes in the series, I'll put them into one watchable, easy watchable video. So yeah, look out for that.